Right now at 4, Ebola in America. The first patient diagnosed with the deadly virus in the U.S. remains in isolation at this Dallas hospital. The unidentified man traveled to North Texas from Liberia more than a week ago. Doctors say the patient has been upgraded from critical to serious condition. He had contact with a handful of school-aged children, though, so they're being monitored as well as family members. Medical experts are also tracking down the people he had contact with.
I'm Nicole Livas in the newsroom. We know a lot of you have concerns and fears about Ebola, and that's why we brought in Dr. Stephanie Troy, infectious diseases specialist at EVMS. Thank you for joining us. We actually asked people to post their questions on Facebook and Twitter for you, so we have a couple of them. I got my iPad here. First of all, I think a very important question is explain how people contract this disease.
Okay. Well, you can only contract it through contact with bodily fluids or blood, and not just contact, but there has to be cuts in your skin or mucous membrane contact.
So when you say bodily fluids, let's explain that, because I think people are really afraid that if somebody has sweat or saliva and they shake the hand of someone or touch a doorknob, that they might get it if they have a little cut in their hand, which a lot of times we do have cuts in our hands.
You have to remember that it's only contagious when the person who's infected has symptoms. So the person who has symptoms is going to have a high fever, they're going to have muscle aches, they might have abdominal symptoms. So it's not going to be your average person that you're shaking hands with. And so that'd be very unlikely for it to be spread through a handshake.
So even this man in Dallas, you know, he took a flight from Liberia to Texas.
Yeah.
Some folks are worried. Somebody even posted her daughter was at the Dallas airport, and on this very same day, she's wondering, should her daughter go get checked?
Reportedly, he didn't have any symptoms until 4 days after the flight. So no one on the flight, no one in the airport is at risk. And I understand that everybody who he came into contact with after he became sick has been quarantined at this point.
Let's talk about casual contact, because the CDC suggests you can get it through casual contact, and they say 3 feet. So what does that mean?
In terms of
just casual contact. I mean, I think it's almost like when we think about the HIV/AIDS epidemic, how people were very afraid. They just didn't know, you know, if they would catch this.
Okay. Again, I think the main thing to stress is that you're not going to get this from someone who's not looking very ill at the time. And if someone is looking very ill and is infected with Ebola and they're in the hospital, then people should wear a gown, gloves, and a mask. And the mask is not because it's spread through the air. It typically isn't, but just as a precaution.
And there is treatment, or at least meds. I mean, obviously, pharmaceutical companies, seems like now they're working on it because we had those doctors that came back over. Can you talk about that at all?
Yeah,
the research and the treatment?
Yeah, sure. There's actually is no approved treatment right now.
Okay.
The doctors who came back got an experimental treatment, which is monoclonal antibodies. But it hasn't been approved for widespread use, and they actually don't have enough of it for widespread use. So most of the treatment right now is just supportive, you know, maintaining the blood pressure, giving them fluids, things like that.
Is it a death sentence? I mean, obviously we see these doctors, they got that treatment and they're doing okay. What would you say if people are really concerned that it's just going to get worse in the U.S.?
First of all, I think the outbreak is controlled in the U.S. I think the CDC is down in Texas. There's only been this one case, and they have isolated anyone who could potentially have contracted it from this one gentleman. The death rate is about 60 to 70% with this infection, so it is a serious infection.
All right, and the research obviously is going to continue on that.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Troy. We want to let you know we have special coverage on wavy.com. Just go to the news tab and click on Ebola cases. This page has a timeline, headlines, and a Twitter feed, and we will get this interview posted on Facebook for you also.